Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. It's Grandpa Bobby.
And it's Grandpa Scott. It's so great to have you join us on our live stream about our first cruise ever on Virgin Voyages, Scarlet Lady.
I hope you can all hear us. We really apologize for the last one. Last time we had gotten a beautiful new professional microphone from our daughter and our son-in-law for Christmas, and we were trying to hook it up through our camera, but it didn't work. So we apologize. And we apologize because we weren't following the chat. So we're going to try following the chat now to make sure, let us know if you can hear us this time as well as see us. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about our cruise and our experience, and then we'd like to answer your questions. What could really help us is if you could put your questions in all caps so that we could really catch them, because also the lights reflect a lot in our glasses. So I've taken my glasses off, so I'm going to squint a little and look at the camera.
Yeah, and I couldn't find myself off of this seat without my glasses on, so I'm flying blind.
Great. I can see and hear you perfectly. So yes, we're good to go. Thank you for letting us know.
Hey, we really appreciate you all joining us and your patience with us getting this all set up. We're sorry we couldn't do this from the Scarlet Lady, but we had no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, we were in the middle of a dead zone somewhere in the ocean. But, hey, that's what you get when you go with Grandpa. So we're not the most technically.
A dead zone?
A dead zone.
How bad.
So we thought we'd tell you a little bit first about our cruise. Yeah. We thought we'd break it down. We're going to be posting videos. In fact,
we will be dropping our first video of our cruise tomorrow. And we'll be doing that at 12 noon
Eastern
Mountain Standard Time, which would be
2 o'clock Eastern
time.
Don't confuse me. So look forward for that. That's our first one aboard the ship. But we thought we'd tell you some brief things about our cruise. And we kind of thought about it, and it breaks down into basically 4 different categories. First thing was the ship itself. The Scarlet Lady is the ship we were on from Virgin Voyages. And let me tell you, it was beautiful. If you go online like we did and research a lot, you see a lot of videos on ships. And I got to tell you, it looked exactly like the photos, if not better.
Yeah.
All of the amenities were beautiful and in sparkling condition. Your grandpas are very early morning risers. And sometimes we'd get up for coffee and about like 6, 7 o'clock, and there'd be people with toothbrushes cleaning the base. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it was ship shape.
Yep, ship shape. So what was another thing, Grandpa?
Another thing was the entertainment.
Yeah.
I remembered.
You remember
to talk about entertainment.
They don't have Broadway shows. It's all very innovative and very thoughtful designs.
Oh, very much so. There was shows like Dual Reality, which was a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, which I love.
Yeah, that was
love. Fascinating. There was
a Ships That Pass in the Night, which was a beautiful thing about people and connections coming together. We saw Around the World in 80 Days with a Diva. There was a great dance party. It was all in the Red Room and in the Manor, so you know where you're going. And they had a lot of dance parties, so entertainment was great. But one of my favorite things was the food. You hear a lot about the food on a Scarlet Lady, and I have to say it was amazing. They don't have your typical buffets. They have all these destination restaurants. We ate at every single one of them at least once.
Did we have a couple of questions in caps coming, Grandpa?
No, this is greetings from Chile. You can't read the screen. Let me take care of it. Literally, Grandpa can't see in front of his face.
No, I can't.
Anyway, the food is fantastic. And we're going to actually do a separate video just on the food.
Oh, my gosh. The food. The food was... Everybody that we had been watching talk about the food on Scarlet Lady said it was the best of all the cruise lines. And so when we got on board, we ate our way from fore to aft.
Yep.
From
stem to stern.
Stem to stern. And we enjoyed doing it too, quite a bit.
Yeah, we filmed, and we'll show you some of those. But the best thing, Grandpa and I talked about it. What was the absolute thing that made the trip superb? And it was the people, especially the crew.
Oh, yeah.
We had some of the most amazing crew on board, from Amris and Karen and Tanya, Bruno.
Tanya was our rock star agent.
Our rock star agent.
Oh, she took care of us like crazy.
And also the performers, the Scarlet Lady, Millie.
Oh, yeah, beautiful voice.
And of course, we can't forget the diva of the Scarlet Lady, caricature. She is, I mean, the trip was worth it just to see her.
She's phenomenal.
Look her up. Yeah, she is terrific. And she's one of our adopted. So, hey, we love to
learn
plug
about
her.
that later.
Yeah, exactly.
In the first video.
One of the comments here said that they'd heard that the ship was going downhill and needed maintenance. It wasn't.
No.
It was. We were surprised. Sometimes you go to a hotel room and you might see a stain on the carpet or some drapery thread is nothing. This was as if it was brand new. We were shocked at how amazing it was.
Because there's been a few cruises on it. And so, but we did not see the sights of wear and tear. It looked beautiful.
Yeah. One of the questions was, where did we board? Well, we started our itinerary in Miami Beach. And if you looked at our videos, we've already had a couple of videos from a couple of days before. They always advise you to get to your destination port a day early so you don't miss, in case your flight misses or something. And so we got there 2 nights ahead of time so we could spend some time in Miami Beach. And then from Miami Beach, we had a day at sea. We landed in Cozumel and went on. We took what's called a tender boat, and we went to the mainland and we toured Tulum.
That was for our shore excursion.
Yeah, for our shore excursion and what's called the Rio Secreto. And we'll tell you all about those in videos. And then we had another sea day, and then we went to Bimini, which is in the Bahamas, and we had a beach club day, which was really fun.
That was fun.
And that'll be a video too.
The beach party at the pool will probably be its own video because it was incredible, and we're real proud of the footage that we got.
Yeah, we got
so looking forward
footage.
to that. We're editing it now.
Yeah. And then we sailed back to Miami, and it was 5 nights, but it went quickly in one way, but in another way, it seemed to stretch on as just one wonderful time. Yeah. The other thing that was really nice were the people. We picked what we believe was a good cruise for us. It was an adults-only cruise. Not that we don't love children. We have 6 grandkids, for gosh sakes, and how many of adopted grandkids around the world?
You better be saying that. They could be watching this.
Exactly. But for us, we just wanted an adults cruise for our first time. And the cruise ship holds about 2,700 maximum. When we sailed, there were 1,800 people aboard. And I remembered it was actually about the size of my high school. So it was really cool. So it was a floating community. And that allowed you, not only was there plenty of space, there was never any crowded venues, but also you got to see people and remember them and say, oh, hi, we saw you at dinner, or, you were at that show. And everybody was in a really fun party mood.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we met some wonderful people. We met when we first got on board. We were surprised to be greeted by several of our subscribers to YouTube, who were on the crew, and then also people who are on the ship with us. As I follow you, I'm a subscriber, and that was just genuinely wonderful to hear and from people.
We also wore our logo shirts throughout the cruise while we were filming, and we had people who, of course, wanted to find out and hear about us, or they were asking us, which color shirt are you going to wear tomorrow?
And people would take bets like, is it going to be a green one, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that was they were terrific. And in terms of age, we were thrilled to find we were not the oldest people on the cruise. Your grandpas were not the old farts.
We weren't the youngest.
No. There were people from, I would say, age 22,
18.
Well, I couldn't prove them, but but a lot of group in their younger 20s, but all the way through, there were people older than us and well into their 80s, and they all had the same spirit. They were all just enjoying. It was really a great vibe. Yeah. There was a question that was, what was our favorite food? Well,
I'm going first on this.
Okay, you can say first.
I'm going first. My favorite food was in the test kitchen. It was
Well, tell them about it. What it
well,
is.
the test kitchen is an area. It's a restaurant where you go, and it's a menu, and they have a couple of menus that they go back and forth between, but they have you try new and variations on themes of like the lamb or the fish, and
It's
oh,
gastronomy.
it is gastronomy. I mean,
New cuisine.
you lifted up a dish and smoke came out of it, and underneath the smoke was
That was the salmon dish. That
salmon,
was,
yeah.
and some things look like one thing, but they taste like another. Like there was a piece of corn that looked like corn on the cob, but actually it was a mousse. That was a corn mousse.
Yeah. Tasted really good on the bread.
And the neat thing is, where we sat, they prepared it right in front of you and told you all about it. So it was really instructional. And we did the wine pairing
Oh, yes,
with
we
it.
did.
Oh boy, trust me, we needed an Uber to get to the elevator, and we had 6 different wines. And your grandpas are lightweights, as you can tell from the last video. If you saw Grandpa Scott having a mojito in Miami.
And that would be our video of Miami, two great grandpas after dark.
For me, I love pink agave.
Mm.
A lot of people have said that it was just the most wonderful high-end Mexican food. We live here in Arizona, so we do get a lot of great Mexican cuisine, but this was really outstanding. But we enjoyed it all. I mean, honestly, I think our favorite dish of all was actually in the wake.
Yeah.
And what was it?
Oh, the clam chowder.
The clam chowder, yeah.
Best clam chowder I've ever had.
Yeah.
We had it twice. I would have had it a third time,
Yeah.
but
well, we had it once for brunch and once for dinner.
Yeah.
There was a question: do we have any seasickness? Yay! No, we're very happy. We came prepared. We bought Bonine beforehand because we had read that was a good medicine. And the day that we were going out to sea, we actually took one in the morning just as a precaution. But we didn't even need it. There were times that we'd look at each other and say, "Are we moving?
Are we moving?"
Or you'd have to look out and go, "Oh, hey, the boat's moving."
Now, I was worried about seasickness because some of you know from our other videos, I get severe vertigo and all that. So I was a little concerned. But no, we had maybe one day where seas were not rough, but they were. The ship was moving.
You could feel it when we were way out at sea in the Caribbean. You could feel it moving, and there were some breezes because the rest of the country was having horrible storms. But no seasickness at all.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you. We were happy for that.
So what's next? Do we have another question?
No, I'm caught up. Actually, I've been pretty good. I've been able to see this. Any longer cruises planned? Boy, that was great, Bertha. You really, we programmed you well.
Shall we break the news?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, we didn't even get off the ship before we booked another cruise.
Well, okay, let's explain. They make it so hard to say no. They and I'm sure a lot of cruise vendors do this, but Virgin Voyages is terrific about offering you deals, and you do this and you'll get that, and they give you a long period of time to make the money, make the requirements. And so it was and their cruises are spectacular. So
our next cruise is their cruise that they call Spain South to Casablanca.
Yeah,
it's a 10-day cruise, and we're really looking forward to it. And guess what? We're going to be back on the Scarlet Lady.
Yeah, the boat's repositioned. So here we thought we would. Oh, show them what we got.
Oh yeah.
Each ship has its mascot, and this is Inky, who is the mascot of the Scarlet Lady, and they have Valiant Lady, etc. And they each have their own colored mascot. So we thought we would hopefully get on board any of the other ships. But it seems Scarlet Lady is going to reposition from the Caribbean to the Mediterranean. So this is a cruise next summer, not this summer, but next summer. And we'll be going to Barcelona, which we've been to before, but love that city. We're going to go to Casablanca, which sounds really exciting. Cadiz, we're going to go to Malaga. We're also going to go to Mallorca and Ibiza. So those should all be fun adventures, and we'll take you along.
Now, the name has changed. This actually now is Scarlet.
Yeah, we've named her
And
Scarlet.
we have set our goal to collect one from all of the Virgin Voyage ships. And Scarlet will now become an ornament on our travel tree.
Yeah, she's
So
going
we're
to
going to
join
do
us.
that. We had another companion, if you don't mind. This is LP. And LP represents our wife,
Our sister.
our
wife.
sister wife, LP, the mother of our daughters, who passed away a year ago from cancer. She fought so hard, and for so many years.
Tell her the reason behind
And
the
the
turtle.
reason for the turtle is Laura loved turtles. LP loved turtles, and her ashes were placed in a turtle that is biodegradable or was biodegradable, and we let LP free into the Pacific, and
She swam away.
she swam away. And the last thing, the sun caught the fin of the turtle, and it seemed to be waving goodbye to us. And we all just went, oh my gosh. So LP was with us and will be with us on all of our cruises from now on.
Fortunately, she fits into our carry-on luggage too.
Yes.
We had another question about what was our favorite activity?
Ooh, eating.
Oh gosh, we sound horrible. Now, Scarlet Lady has a lot of physical activities. There are 2 gyms. There's an outdoor basketball court. There's a running track. There's a walking track. You can do a lot. There's, of course, the pools. There are a lot of things to do to keep you busy. We went on a seesaw, but eating, yeah. We'll be honest.
And also we did a lot of filming,
Yeah.
a lot of filming on it because we wanted to capture it because we didn't know, would this be our last cruise, whatever. And so we did a lot of filming while we were on board. So we got our exercise that
Yes,
way.
we did a lot of steps.
And well, one of the, we didn't play any trivia, but we did play drag bingo.
Oh, that was I forgot to mention that drag queen bingo. Oh, that's another one that Cara hosts, and it was hysterical, a lot of fun. Yeah, and we would walk around the ship, and we would stumble upon people having games, trivia games. Yeah. There was the coffee game. There was a cocktail. You couldn't do everything every minute of the day. Yeah. You could be busy doing something if you wanted. So we really had to pick what we thought we would enjoy most, what we thought would really film well, yeah. and really decide.
So anything new? Because I can't see them.
I know. I told you I'm keeping up with the questions.
Okay, well, I'm just keeping you honest.
No, we have a lot of lovely comments, and I will answer the questions.
One of the things that we got a surprise for you all, might as well clue you in now. One of our videos coming up, you are going to see Grandpa Bobby.
My debut.
Lip sync for his life. Yes.
There's a terrific show called Around the World in 80 Days with the Drag Queen. And
the diva.
With the diva, Cara. And yeah, she invited me up to help perform with another one of our guests, Ron, who we had actually been to dinner with. Yeah. And yeah.
It includes a very large blue wig.
Yes.
So, yeah, you got that to come to look forward to, guys. God.
It's, yeah.
So, all in all, just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of sense of community.
And we actually, when we were called rock stars, we stayed in a suite, which was, a little bigger than your standard room, but it was beautiful, and it had the classic swing, the hammock. If you go online and look at that, it is actually incredibly comfortable. Yeah. Just wonderful amenities.
We got a break on the brilliant suite.
No, but wait, nothing is comped to us.
No, we paid for everything, guys. We always do. We pay for everything. But they had not a bidding, but they had potential upgrades possible, and we took an advantage of the upgrade because you know me, I like my upgrades.
Yeah, Grandpa Scott likes traveling first class whenever he can.
And I'll do premium economy.
Yeah, but the important thing is, when you look for cruises, look for values, look for deals. There's always some sort of offering you get, so take advantage of that. Another question was, did we try any new foods? Well, everything at the test kitchen.
The test kitchen was new. Ooh, the beets. The test kitchen had. I'm not real big on beets, but these beets were incredible.
And how about the shrimp? The pasta made from shrimp. They took shrimp and made pasta out of it. So yeah. And I will tell you, and I love food. I love seafood. Grandpa Scott, not so much, but he was a real sport and tried everything. He even tried the octopus and at Gunbai, which is a Korean barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
I ate most of the octopus and the squid, and he had some shrimp. But he did eat it.
Well, you got to try things, right?
Yep, that's true.
New adventure.
Now, did you decorate your cabin door? I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, now we know.
No, we did not put any pineapples on it. We never saw a pineapple on any door.
The only sign we saw was when it was newlyweds, and it was so cute. And of course, we were tempted to go and knock on the door. But no, we didn't decorate our door. I didn't know we should. And now we'll have to do something to Gay Grandpas so that people know who we are, where we are.
Yeah, we could do that. For anybody who likes us, if they don't like us, then it's 2 doors down.
So in essence, would we recommend a cruise? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We never thought we would go cruising, but you might want to do what we did. And we looked at a lot of YouTube videos of people that went on cruises. We looked at different boats, and the ones we kept coming back to were the Virgin Voyages one for 2 reasons. Number one, as we mentioned, because it was adults only, but also because they really emphasized food.
Yeah. And let's give a shout out to 2 that we watched.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
We watched a lot of Ben and David.
Cruising with Ben and David.
Ben and David, which was
they
phenomenal.
Are tremendous guys. Just even if you don't think you're going on a cruise, they're just great entertainment. They do wonderful quality.
They're on that huge icon of the sea.
Yeah, right now they're an icon of the seas right now.
And we also really loved
Emma Cruises,
because Emma approaches it like, and I love her for this. I'm not going to spend a lot of money. So she's really great is showing how you can enjoy a really phenomenal crew for very little money.
Yeah, and she's a young lady, and so it's kind of like watching one of our grandchildren cruise around. So it's kind of cute to see a young person's perspective on doing that. And from our perspective, we were wondering if it was going to be the same for someone our age group. It really was great. Nothing was hard to manage in terms of. You do a lot of walking. I will grant you that. It's a long ship. And you just allow yourself enough time. But nothing was difficult. Nothing was strenuous for us. Getting on and off the boat, they were tremendous.
Yeah. Very well organized. Very effective in both embarkation and de-embarkation.
I guess that's what you call it, de-embarkation. Getting
off the boat. So they did everything they could so that you, the sailor, could just enjoy your time and enjoy the voyage. And we did. And it was worth it.
Yeah. They streamlined the process. They also have on the 6th floor, they had a 5th floor. They have a help desk. So right off the lobby, you can easily go down there if you have any problems. We had a little problem the first day with the app because everything you do from booking your reservations for your restaurants or your shows, you do it on an app on your phone. Well, we're 20th century people and we're not the most tech savvy.
No. We did fine in Tucson. The app worked fine in Tucson.
Yeah, but we when we got in Miami, for some reason it wasn't working. We went there, handed them our phones. They got our app working in no time. So they were very helpful in being able to solve any problems. And anything you want to do for excursions, they have a lot of different excursions. There were some that were scuba diving that you could have gone on. Grandpa Scott is a no on that.
Underwater.
Yeah. So we went on a more historic tour, but we did go basically what do they call it,
Spelunking.
Anyway, we were inside cave in water up to our waist with these stalactites and stalagmites all around, so we got pretty adventurous for us.
Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't film any of that because a lot of the times we were in wetsuits with hard hats and lights on them, and many times they had you turn the lights off. And I remember the time we were in this one huge cavern, and they said turn all the lights off, and you're floating in water. And it was like so weird because there's not a sound, there was no lights. This was
no light, no sound.
Rio
you're floating.
Secreto, and it was like being in space.
Yeah,
it was,
or being back in the womb because it was like cool, warm water. It was really an experience. I wish we could have filmed it. We're going to try to look for some stock footage that we can include just to show you what it was like. Question was, will we be sticking to adult cruises? I kind of think so. Yeah, we'll see. We might, see one with our kids, but we've gone through 6 grandchildren. And how many birthdays of going to Chuck E. Cheese? I think we've done our time.
Actually, it might be good to do a cruise. Someone had said Carnival is a good cruise line. Are we ready for Disney? I don't know.
Well, we lived in California, so we went to Disney a lot. So we've kind of had the Disney experience. I can understand with young families, especially kids, how it would be great. But I think we'll be going to smaller cruise, definitely smaller cruises for us. We want to, this new one, Icon, is like over 7,000 people on board, which is a whole town. And I think we like the more personal, smaller cruises. So I think that's where we're going to be going toward. Another question is, did we go to the casino? Yes. We did. In fact, we have a picture because LP was a casino fanatic. There wasn't a one-armed bandit that woman couldn't pass by. She loved her casinos. So we have a picture of her posed on one of the slot machines.
Yes.
I think that's about all the questions that we have answered.
Gee, maybe we're answering all your questions.
I'm pretty good. I'm keeping up this time.
I can't even see them.
Yeah, you can grab like a bear. Are you looking at the camera?
Yes, I
am. You know where the camera is.
I see the camera, and I think everybody will attest to the fact that 90% of the time I'm looking at the camera.
And thank you for the comment about you love our matching shirts. We have had a lot of comments about whether we're going to be merchandising these. Don't know if you realize they say, can you read it? To get Grandpa's Travel on the back. And we wore these in multiple colors on the ship and got great reactions, and people asking us literally if they could purchase that or coffee mugs. Just to let you know, we are speaking with a patent attorney because this is all legal stuff that we've never had to deal with before. So we are in the process, and we will definitely keep you updated when things are available and when we have it right. We want to make sure it's right and it's fair, and that we take care of all of you if you're interested.
We had a big discussion about this because from the get-go, this was not about making money. We never anticipated that we'd have the number of subscribers that we have, folks. It's overwhelming. And so it was never about making money or having a career, a YouTube career. So we're very cautious. We were cautious about the merch because we didn't want it to come across that we were just trying to sell you
money
a bunch
grab
of
it.
stuff. Yeah, we didn't, because that's not where we're at. We do this for fun, and we love getting your comments and your likes
and meeting the people and talking to people from all over. We have followers from Reunion Island to India to Buenos Aires to Finland to Germany, all over the world, and we love hearing from you, your comments and your thoughts, and how it's impacted you in travel. So that's been the reward.
Yeah.
If some great advertiser someday wants to put a commercial against our video and they'd like to pay us, well, okay.
Well, we have been getting some.
We get a little.
Yeah.
Doesn't much enough to pay for a shirt.
Which leads me to the other point what we talked about before. Bear with me. We talked about raising money or donating money to two activities. And one that we pretty much decided on that would go for internationally and help not just kids, but seniors also is Doctors Without Borders.
Mhm.
We want to do that. And the other one was,
I forgot. I had a
I'm
senior
not the
moment.
only one having a senior moment.
You just said that because you forgot.
No, I did not.
Okay, then tell me what it was.
No, now I forgot.
Ah, see, I told you, he does that. Whenever he forgets, he turns to me and says, "Okay, you take it away." I'm like, "Oh, you never told me."
I don't know what I just passed on it. It's. I'll let you guys know. I just
He totally.
forgive me. I just had a moment.
We had Inez had said greetings from love from Portugal. You know, actually, we're thinking next year of putting Portugal on the list. We have never been to Portugal. We've been to Spain several times,
At the end of the cruise.
yeah, at the end of the cruise, we're thinking that we'll go to Portugal next summer.
Yeah.
So we shall see. Any place you recommend traveling to? Well, okay, that's a twofold question because it's not only where you travel to, but how you travel. You know, we went into this open-minded and open-armed and just embracing it. So wherever you travel, go with that spirit. I can't stand the people that go places and you hear them say, well, why isn't it like America? Or why don't you have French fries? Or why isn't the Coke cold? You know, why don't you have ice in your, I hate that. It's like,
why is your beer warm?
Yeah, just go and accept wherever you go. Now, the thing too is you don't have to travel thousands of miles. We do a lot of trips, just day trips from home. And they can be adventures, just weekend adventures. We have traveled now to over 20 countries.
21.
21 now. We added Bahamas on this cruise. And we love traveling in Europe, but that doesn't mean we aren't going to travel in South America. We're thinking of Buenos Aires,
Patagonia,
Asia.
maybe
So
slip in Chile.
you know, just wherever you think you have an inkling to or something that interests you. And if you haven't traveled before, start closer to home. Try a weekend trip, even just a day trip.
Yeah.
That they can all be truly fun.
Yeah, wherever you want, go to some place that has an appeal for you. Because if it has an appeal for you, the chances are that when you get there, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you travel and you get a little safe like that, then you can go to this place is maybe a challenge. I want to try
a little
it.
outside my comfort zone. Yeah. And also, we always go someplace where it has great food. That's, if nothing else, that's a great draw.
Yeah. Learning about new cultures and talking to new people and them sharing the stories of their lives, it enriches you. It makes you a fuller, healthier person.
Yeah. You're a more interesting person for people to meet and talk to as well. And, you know, we love the process of planning. You know, that can be like 80% of the fun. What we do is we start out and we come up with all the things we want to do, and we add up the days, and it usually ends up that we'd have to be gone for 6 months. And then you have that process of whittling it down based on how much vacation time you have, how much money, and it's really a process. And we love to spend these winter months doing that. In fact, right now, we need to be planning our summer trip. Our trip so far, we're planning to go to the UK this summer, and we have no idea where, but we need to start researching soon because it'll come sooner than you think.
Yeah, we're also planning a trip that we thought would be fun. Oh, I love my Hallmark Christmas movies. Okay, I do. I love them. And so what we thought might be fun, you know, in the Hallmark Christmas movies, the prince always comes or the princess always comes from some country that you never heard of.
Some made up
country. So we made a list just this morning of 10 of the Hallmark made up countries. And we thought we should plan a trip and go find them.
I think it would be funny to film us somewhere in Europe going, we're looking for, what were some of the names?
Cordonia.
Yeah.
Cordonia.
Is this it? Knock on some doors or
go
to a castle.
Yeah.
So we think that'd be a funny video. So we might plan that as well. Yeah. So we take our time planning. We'll watch a lot of videos. Sometimes that's a lot of fun just to watch travel videos and imagine and think of things. And we'll get some books, do some research. And we'll let you know what's going on. But our hope is to spend about 5 weeks this summer traveling in the UK.
A road trip.
Love from Romania. Hey, we have to tell you,
Yes.
our son-in-law and is from his family is from Romania, and so our grandchildren. We have 2 grandchildren who are half Romanian descent.
Yes.
And very proud of it, and they are encouraging us, and we're encouraging them to go see their roots. That's another thing about traveling. My descendants are from Italy. Scott's, a lot are from Germany. And we've both been to those places. And it's really cool. I was near the towns where my family actually came from. And it's really a great a sense of connection. So that's another thing. If you're traveling, you might travel to where your ancestors came from, give you a little insight about what they experienced and what their lives were like.
Yeah, little thing about Grandpa Scott is I've been doing genealogical work for about 11 years now on my family, and I have both my paternal and my maternal side back to Europe in the late 1600s. And I know when my 6th great grandfather came here from the Palatine area in Europe, and so it's a wonderful thing, because now I can go back and I heard of this town, and we can look at it. And
2 questions before I want to make sure I hit them before.
Please do.
Have we been to Japan? No, not yet. Then I say yet. I have been to China with my business. I did a lot of travel in China, and I've been to Shanghai, China is just amazing. I will say that was the most unworldly visit I've ever been. It was, sometimes when we go to like Western Europe or to Mexico or Canada, there is a certain sense of familiarity. Traveling to China was the most extremely different, amazing people, different, and the food just very different. You really have to go with an open mind to accept things that are very different from your own life.
Yeah.
Another question was, do you visit museums? That yes, and Grandpa Scott under duress. When you go to some place like the Louvre, you don't try to do the Louvre all in one day. And I've learned with Grandpa Scott, he has a level of 2 hours max. I got to tell you, I was running through the Prado because I wanted to see the Velasquez. And he's like, I want to get outside and I'm like, no. But fortunately, I was able to take him to the Reina Sofia.
Yeah. And what did I get to see?
He got to see Guernica, which is his absolute favorite. And it was incredibly moving.
God,
so yes. But one of my favorite things to do is, instead of just visiting art museums, go to try to see the work in situ, which means in the place where it was intended. And if you go to Rome, you can see Caravaggio's The Calling of St. Matthew inside the cathedral where it was intended. And it adds a whole nother layer of meaning. The same thing with the burial of the Count of Orgaz in Sevilla. It's actually it's an El Greco, very famous masterpiece. Look it up. And it's one of my favorites. I'm an art guy and I love mannerism anyway. But we went to the crypt where it is, and it just adds such another experience. So yes, visit museums, but also go to see locations where you can see art in situ.
Yeah. And after you do that, you want a little cafe society where you can sit, watch people, have a cocktail, and nibble on some tasty goodies.
See, the problem Grandpa Scott has sometimes, especially going to Europe or like places like Italy, is you go with an architect. And the first time we went to Italy, I had my list of churches, and by golly, we were going to hit every Bernini and every Brunelleschi church that there was. And about 2 days in, Grandpa took me aside and said, look, if we're going to make it through this trip, we've got to break this up. And once I let go of that schedule of having to see this and having to see that, and balanced it with just walking in a piazza, having a Campari and soda or a cappuccino, and people watching, it balanced it. So, it was a richer experience.
Yeah, he's a much better person because he travels with me.
I'm a much more patient person.
Yeah.
I'm following the questions. Don't worry. And one question was, are you planning to get more in touch with your German heritage? Oh boy.
Yes, yes.
Oh. Don't encourage him.
I love my German heritage. That is on my paternal side. On my maternal side, it's French, Dutch, and Scottish, Irish, and Welsh. Don't ask me how that happened, but it's true. So yes, we did a road trip through Germany, and I just loved it. It was neat to see. We went up the Rhine, and we got to see where my sixth great grandfather came from. And even though I didn't know him, it was like I just felt close to him and his family because they had been there. And I love that kind of experience when we're traveling.
And I hate to keep going back to the food, but the food really brings you back in touch with it. Oh my God, schnitzel and the sausages that are like, this big.
And when you bite into them, they just pop.
Or the mackerel on a stick. And beer, of course, beer. Those little things of the heritage.
Strudel.
Yeah, strudel. That was
yeah.
We had a little competition. We had to try strudel in every single town to see who actually had it best.
Yeah, somebody had to do it.
Yeah, we should write a book about that.
Well, folks, it looks like we've answered a good deal of your questions.
We've taken a lot of your time today. Thank you for hanging with us. We just want a little update. As probably by tomorrow, you think? We might be hitting 89,000 subscribers. 90. Oh my gosh, 90,000 subscribers. And it's just amazing. Our goal, it's a little selfish goal. We want to make it to 100,000. They get these cute little silver plaques that I'd love to put on the wall. So if you have any friends, families, or followers of your own who you think would enjoy seeing these crazy little videos, please recommend us to them. We'd love to get to 100,000 this year. That would be kind of a fun accomplishment for these two old guys.
Yeah, that would be nice. We never thought it would ever happen. So we're so close. It would be fun just to do it.
Yeah, just to do it.
So if you can, we'd appreciate your support and help continuing. And
keep looking for our videos. The next one will be posted tomorrow. And I will say, Grandpa Scott does most of the technological work. He does he does 99% of the filming. He does the editing. He does the directing. He is the director from hell. You wouldn't believe how many times he makes me walk into a room, walk back, do this, do that. Yeah, he's very Germanic in that regard. Very
okay.
Orderly.
All our Germanic followers right now are going to say, "What the hell do you mean?"
No, you probably remind them of their father or their grandfather. But he does do a great job. He also picks them. Is he great in terms of what music he picks? It's just really great. And then we do the voiceovers together. And we enjoy putting them together. So there's a lot of work we still have to do. But the next one will be posted tomorrow.
Yeah, jobs at 12. And again, thank you for all the sweet comments. I can't begin to tell you the kind, generous comments that we get from you all and what it means to us. Please know we appreciate it. And ditto, back at you all. And we don't want to take too much more time.
That's right. And we'll keep you updated whenever we can get merchandise going. We'll do our best.
Yeah. So, hang in there. Big grandpa hugs to you all.
Thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to join us today. We appreciate everything you do. Your comments, we'll try to answer everybody as best we can, as soon as we can. And just keep on watching us and we'll keep filming for you. And as we always say, when you travel
with your heart.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Whoops, I almost knocked over your water, Grandpa.